Okay, so lately I've been busy with some live training assignments in corporates, and I got to the point where I had to decline several training offers. Now, in almost all my trainings, the question that I often get asked is well, of course, other than subject matter question, is how did you get into training? Well, in this video, I'm answering that question. Not just that, in this video, I'll share everything that you should do to make training a full time career option, especially in the CAD and engineering industry. You'd be surprised to know how much it pays to be a trainer, especially a corporate trainer. And I'll also share my revenue stats from some of my trainings at the end of this video. So let's get started. Now, before I start, here is a fact: 89% people who are watching the video on SourceCAD are not yet subscribed. You are going to miss a lot of new videos, and I have planned several new videos for you. So, if you don't want to miss them, hit the subscribe button now to get notified when new videos go live. So, back to the question: how did I start in the training industry? Well, I started as a trainer after spending a few years in the manufacturing and design industry. My first few training companies were in New Delhi region in India, and there I got several training gigs in steel manufacturing, automobile, die casting, and other companies. Now, delivering training in a classroom and in a corporate office are two entirely different things. Companies need good trainers to train their employees, and they especially look for people who know what they are talking about. Now, that's where corporate trainers fill the gap. So, as an incentive, you also get paid hundreds to even thousands of dollars per day for your training. So it's a lucrative career option and also just a side job if you want to just keep it with your regular 9 to 5 work. Now, you might be asking, wait, why would anyone pay so much for this training? What's so special about it? Well, to answer your question, there are three main things that make this corporate training thing a high paying work. Now, the first one is certification. Almost all corporate trainers are certified professionals. Corporates are not going to hire anyone for training their employees, and the software vendors are the best people to vouch for trainers with certification exams. So, the first step for you to start in the training industry is, of course, get certified. Now, get AutoCAD Certified Professional Certification or Fusion Certification or CSWP if you are working with SolidWorks, or any certification that is related to your software of choice. By the way, if you want to get AutoCAD certified, then all the details related to that are in the article, which is linked in the description of this video. Now, to get more insights into this, I spoke with my friend Vishu Agrawal, who is also a corporate trainer. Actually, he's a full time corporate trainer now, and he has certifications in more than dozen software programs, especially with Adobe and Apple products. Now, he has been to dozens of countries delivering corporate trainings to all kind of industries, and I asked him what made the biggest impact on his training career, and this is what he has to say about this.
Because I was technically good, so I was always inclined towards the certification part as well.
Okay.
Right. So when I was in my college, I tell you a story. So when I was in a college, so
Mhm.
or when I was doing my multimedia course,
Mhm.
with Mac itself,
Mhm.
so I was very interested in the certification part. And
Mhm.
how I became interested in certification is I used to watch a lot of online tutorials, right? And one of them was Larry Jordan. So Larry Jordan is still known as a guru of Final Cut Pros, right?
Okay.
And Larry Jordan used to always say, I'm a certified Apple trainer when I
Mhm.
used to watch him. So
Mhm.
that's how I said, okay, someone can become an Apple certified trainer.
Mhm.
How is it possible? So I started exploring the path.
Mhm.
And after that 2 years itself, I did a certification in Apple. That was
Mhm.
my first certification in Apple, which is known as Final Cut Pro
Mhm.
Certified Professional, right?
Mhm.
So I took that certification, and that's how I built my career in teaching, basically. So that's how I
Okay.
got opportunity to teach in Mac also that time,
Okay.
and I started, teaching, and
Okay.
started giving certifications actually.
Oh, so that's great. So certification really helped you nail your first few gigs, I would say.
Correct, correct. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what made me different from other people, I would say, in the industry. So,
Mhm.
when I went to the university also, they asked
Mhm.
me how
Mhm.
you are different, and at such a
Mhm.
young age, how will you teach students? So I
Mhm.
said, I have a technical competency which is proved by Apple, by a
Mhm.
company who makes the software. So
Okay.
I think that's the biggest thing I have with me.
Now, the second thing that makes corporate training a high paying job is the customized content. When a training is booked, usually companies share their own curriculum where they want instructor to focus on specific topics. Now, you won't get this kind of a training in an online course or a simple classroom training. So essentially, trainers get paid for this custom built training. Now, the third thing is, of course, experience. The corporate trainers usually have experience of both the worlds, the manufacturing or design industry and the training industry as well. So they know how the software works in a real world situation, and they can then translate that knowledge into actionable insights for the trainees, which is quite a useful thing for the corporates. Now, you know why the training industry is a good choice to explore. The next important question is, where do you get the clients? Well, actually, this is the most important question that I will answer here in this video. Now, assuming you have cleared your certification exam, the next step should be to make a great profile on LinkedIn that summarizes your work experience, your skills, your certifications, and everything else worth mentioning. All your potential training clients will first look at your LinkedIn profile, so it should be top notch and it should be made professionally. Now, you can check my LinkedIn profile and profile of my friend Vishu in the description of this video for inspiration as well. Now, after the profile, make a list of training companies that are into corporate training. I was associated with companies like Netcom Learning, Noble Prog, Simpliv, and there are also several other companies, and I'm sure you might not have heard about most of these companies. So don't worry about it. I have shared a list of all these training companies in the description of this video. All you need to do is just go to the Work for Us or Become a Trainer section of these companies on their websites and share your profile and details along with your skill set. And they will reach out to you as soon as they have a requirement matching your skill set. In fact, I got all my training gigs using this method from the companies I mentioned earlier. Now, another way to get your first few clients is via LinkedIn. Now, add training managers of different companies to your LinkedIn network. And once added in your connection, they will start seeing your posts and you will be at the top of their feed. Now, you can search for training managers using the keyword combination and then add them to your network. Now, after every training, don't forget to share a group photo like this one on LinkedIn. This will again highlight your profile, and the training managers already in your connection will see these photos as credible evidence of successful training delivered by you. Once again, this is a part where my friend Vishu excels. He has tons of photos from his trainings in his portfolio website, and he also shares them regularly on LinkedIn. Now, this is what he has to say about this.
I think to get the few first client is not to look for money. That's the first thing.
Okay.
So in the starting, I never worked for money. I would say, of
Mhm.
course, ultimately
Mhm.
goal is to earn money,
Yes, certainly.
but in the starting, I would say you should earn experience, build credibility in the market, and
Mhm.
tell market that whom you are basically,
Mhm.
what you're
Mhm.
capable of doing it, right?
Mhm.
And you also certainly gain a lot of experience. I will not say today what I am. I was
Mhm.
not 15 years back or
Yeah.
20 years back. So it is about earning experience,
Mhm.
and just look for work from your friends even, right? Maybe in
Mhm.
your family friend you have someone to build a website.
Mhm.
The money does not matter, that
Yeah.
experience and that credibility will matter at the end.
Mhm.
And that's how you can spread the word about you. People can
Okay.
refer to you, right? So if you
Okay.
work for one of the friend, then probably if he or she likes your work, then they will basically recommend to someone else also.
Yeah.
Do some work for your family members. So
Mhm.
like that, you can build credibility, I would say.
Okay. Yeah. Any online platforms or something just to widen the reach, anything that you would like to
Yeah.
suggest?
So definitely you can do that. So one is the LinkedIn profile. I would say it's very, very important nowadays.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
whatever work you do, you should show off.
Mhm.
Like for example, whenever I complete a training, so I generally put on the LinkedIn. I have completed this training
Okay.
for this client. That's how
Mhm.
the reachability increases, and that also builds
Mhm.
the credibility. So when you put
Okay.
that photograph, of the training,
Mhm.
giving a
Yeah.
caption, so people will come to know. Okay, you actually do the trainings as well. You just
Okay.
don't say that you are a trainer, but you actually do the trainings as well. So that
Mhm.
shows the credibility to the clients as well. And in the
Mhm.
initial stages, very, very important that you don't do for the money, like I said, right?
Mhm.
I tell you a story. When I was in a company of doing a
Mhm.
full-time job, some
Mhm.
people used to approach me that, will you do a
Okay.
freelancing for me?
Mhm.
As a training freelancing basically.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I should say them no. Means if you want to get a training, I'm okay to
Mhm.
do the training for you, but
Mhm.
come via my company. The
Okay.
money will go to my company account.
Okay.
right? So I never took that money directly.
Okay.
I used to pass on that lead to the salesperson in the company. Then
Mm-hmm.
salesperson used to talk with the client,
Mm-hmm.
close the training, and ultimately I am delivering the training.
Okay.
Now you might say, now why I'm doing that, right?
Yes.
So I could have earned that money directly
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
instead of getting a fixed salary. But
Mm-hmm.
that's how I built the clients over the time,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So that's how I built the trust and the clientele basically for me.
Wow.
So
So
I came to know how the training business work basically,
okay.
how the whole process works, what to charge,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
right? Because the company has the right way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that time I didn't have the resources to do it probably, or
Okay.
don't have the knowledge to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I built my clients.
Finally, you should also register yourself as a trainer on job portals like Naukri.com for India and Indeed.com and other portals if you are living elsewhere. Your potential clients do look for trainers on job portals, so it's essential that you list yourself as a trainer on these job portals. Lastly, the most important part is delivering value to your clients. If you are not ready for training, don't take it. Be good at it, learn as much as you can, and then only go for the corporate trainings. These trainings are all about making a trainer client relationship because corporates usually rehire the same trainer again and again. So, if you make a first few good clients, if you make the first good impression, then you are mostly set for the long time and they'll give you repeat business if you deliver, of course, the training professionally. Now, try to be on the top of your game and keep learning new things about your software or topic. Give value that your trainees cannot find elsewhere, like new case studies, the latest features of the software, and anything else that you can offer. Once again, there are some golden nuggets from Vishu that I want to share here.
The first thing is I think you should get certified. Like I said, if you want to be a
Mm-hmm.
trainer,
Mm-hmm.
right, you should definitely get a certified by that particular company. Whether you're
Mm-hmm.
doing tele training, whether you're doing Excel training, PowerPoint,
Mm-hmm.
whatever,
Mm-hmm.
get certification for that particular
Mm-hmm.
software. Other thing I would say is read a lot, right?
Okay.
So I have, like, for example, I go to Google Alerts,
Mm-hmm.
and for example, if I'm delivering a training for UX UI, so I've
Mm-hmm.
created an alert for myself of
Okay.
Google Alerts.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I get a weekly report by Google, okay, these are some
Mm-hmm.
new blogs on the web which are
Mm-hmm.
interesting to read, and I
Mm-hmm.
go and read them, right?
Okay.
So as a trainer, you need to be always on the toes. You should know what is new in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Keep reading. So spend a lot of time reading. Maybe I would
Mm-hmm.
say go to Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of following random people, follow what belongs to your domain,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So
Okay.
follow those channels. Maybe you have a lot of popular companies,
Mm-hmm.
studios.
Mm-hmm.
Follow them. So you get
Mm-hmm.
a lot of knowledge from there as well,
Okay.
right?
So
So there are multiple ways of
mm-hmm.
becoming a successful trainer, I would say. There
Yeah.
is not one. The main thing is you need to be on the toes and keep learning.
Awesome. So many great points. So, once again, the key takeaways that I can take from this is, well, you should always be on your toes, keep learning all the new things that are coming towards your way, and follow the influencers who are related to your industry instead of just going only for the entertainment thing. I mean, do follow the people who really matter and who do share key information related to your industry. So, just keep learning and keep growing.
So that's how you can make a successful career in the training industry. Now, about my corporate training rates, well, I deliver training for anywhere between $250 to $600 a day, which is quite a modest pricing considering there are trainers taking thousands of dollars a day for the training. Now, you can do this yourself and make a high paying career in the training industry. If you learned something new in this video, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one.